best human possible. So he comes up with this thing called self-concept, the set of perceptions and beliefs that you hold about yourself. That's pretty easy to understand. So according to Rogers, you're motivated to act in accordance with your self-concept, so how you view yourself, how you understand yourself. So strong is the need to maintain a self-concept, people will deny or distort experiences that contradict their self-concept. That's called cognitive dissonance again. The development of self-concept increases through self-enhancing experiences. Again, mastering certain tasks that happen to be moderately challenging. Positive regard is the sense of being loved and valued by other people, especially one's parents. Then we have two versions of this, conditional and unconditional. Again, we've talked about this before. Conditional positive regard is a sense that you will be valued and loved only if you behave in a way that is acceptable to others. Conditional love or acceptance. I am accepted by you because I am doing what you want me to do. The problem with conditional positive regard is that it causes the child to learn to deny or distort her genuine feelings. And this causes something to happen inside of the mind, and that's incongruence. Your self-concept and how you feel and view yourself conflicts with the actual experience of life. And when that happens, it causes incongruence inside of the body, the mind, whatever you want to call it, and it's an internal tension. And what do we want to do with internal tensions? We want to bring them back to homeostasis and make ourselves feel better. And one of our ways to do that is to lie to ourselves or have some sort of ego defense mechanism go off. So that's the problem with conditional positive regard. You start acting like somebody else, or you start acting like somebody or how somebody else wants you to act, not how you want to act. Unconditional positive regard is the best. A sense that you will be valued and loved even if you don't conform to the standards and expectations of others. Unconditional love or acceptance. So actualizing tendency is allowed to its fullest expression here because you're accepted for who you are and you can grow. So this causes congruence. A sense of self is consistent with emotions and experiences. Your life experience and your internal being, your well-being is matching up and you feel pretty good about it. So here's a couple images that we have. Just talking about positive regard, self-actualization. Can you give yourself unconditional positive regard? Yes, you can. The curious paradox is that when I accept myself just as I am, then I can change and be better. You don't need someone to complete you. You only need someone to accept you completely. And that, again, would foster the environment that would allow you to grow and be the best human you could possibly be. Come on, next slide. Okay, so just a couple more images right here about congruence. So we have perceived self and the ideal self. You can see that up on the top left there. If they overlap, awesome. We're moving toward congruence. We're feeling like things are matching up. And then incongruence would be perceived self and then your ideal self, potential, are moving away from each other. Okay? And it all needs to overlap, everything. So you can see it here. So you have real self, what am I, ideal self, what I aspire to be, then projected self, how I project myself to others, aka your persona, and then all of that overlaps and creates the whole self. I don't know. As you get older, you kind of understand this a little bit better. I'm sure you can understand it now, but you start getting a feeling of your projected self and your ideal self and your real self. And you find how they play against each other and how they help you and how they hurt you. And that just comes with a little bit more life experience, I guess. But you could have an idea about it right now, too. That's so bright on the screen. Evaluating the humanistic perspective of personality. So what's the problems here? The humanistic perspective has been criticized on two particular points. Humanistic theories tend to be based on philosophical assumptions or clinical observations rather than empirical research. Again, it's really hard to objectively look at. Many psychologists believe that the humanistic psychology's view of human nature is too optimistic, and we're dismissing the pessimistic viewpoints. Listen, to remember and focus on bad things is huge for survival. That's why our brains are so good at it. That's why we hang on to that stuff so much, because you know, if something crazy happens to us or we feel like something didn't go our way, we want to remember that because we don't want it to happen again. That's how we're evolved to feel that. We're not necessarily evolved to stick to the positive emotions, the positive feelings, our successes. That's something we have to cultivate, and it actually becomes a skill. The pessimistic side is easy. Again, we were made to do that. We're designed, we're evolved to do it. The focus on growth and well-being and all that kind of stuff, that's not necessarily something that we come, you know, with the necessary software to be able to compute. We have to work on it. That's why I like humanistic psychology. All right, social cognitive perspective basically comes down to one guy, Albert Bandura. He was key in observational learning, has a social cognitive theory of personality with self-efficacy and reciprocal determinism. So social cognitive theory, Albert Bandura, his theory of personality, emphasizes the importance of observational learning, conscious cognitive processes, social experiences, self-efficacy beliefs, and reciprocal determinism. What is reciprocal determinism? It's interesting. It's a model proposed by psychologist Albert Bandura that explains human functioning and personality as caused by the interaction of behavioral, how we are acting, all right, cognitive, how we are thinking, and environmental factors. What's happening around us. So our environmental influences our thoughts, right? Our environment influences how we're thinking, right? And that causes us to act or behave in a certain way. Our thoughts influence our actions and the environment we choose. Our action influences our thoughts and the environments we choose, and so on in a circular fashion. Here's the kicker. So imagine we have thoughts, we have environment, and we have behavior, okay? They all have arrows pointing to each other, okay? So they're all in this big circle, and it's a circular thing, and it's going in one way, and it's also going in the other. You can't change one without changing the other two. So you want to act different. You want to behave differently. You don't want to do a certain thing anymore. How do you do that? You change your thinking and you change your environment. Well, you don't want to think a certain way anymore. You don't want to have this intrusive thought anymore. Okay. Then don't put yourself in the situation to have that thought anymore. That's your environment, right? And then do something else, behave a different way when you do have that thought. And then all of a sudden, boom, the thought changes. It all works. You have to change one, you have to change the other two. That's what reciprocal determinism is. It's unbelievably beneficial to understand this. If you go to college, and you want to do well in college, right? Maybe you go to a 4-year university. Maybe it starts with an E and it ends with a CU, and you go there in hopes to complete your major perfectly. Boom, be top of the class, magna cum laude, whatever, summa cum laude, whatever it is. But you get sucked into this world party, right? I'm just using ECU as an example. It is known as a party school, but a lot of schools are. And you start getting into this, party mode, and you're going out Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and you're hungover all day on Sunday, and Monday and Tuesday, you're still fighting the hangover, the remnants of the hangover, and you want good grades, you want to be a good student, you want to do well in school. It is super beneficial to understand reciprocal determinism if you want to reach your full potential, because you're going to have to change something, right? You're going to have to change your behavior, right? And to change your behavior, you're going to have to stop thinking about your social life, and then you're going to have to stop putting yourself in the environment to be, in that world of, being a social butterfly at all the different establishments in downtown Greenville. Trust me. I mean, this is something I wish I knew whenever I was younger, but I didn't, and I fought. And you end up figuring it out naturally, I guess. But you just fight for it. You don't know what's going on. You don't know how to get out of this rut that you could possibly be in. And you can be better, but you don't know how to change it. Knowing reciprocal determinism can help you understand the path. All right, self-efficacy, we've already gone over this. This is just how you feel about your confidence level of a certain task or situation. So self-confidence or self-doubt, that's what self-efficacy is. Mastery experiences, we already talked about that. Evaluating the social cognitive perspective on personality. The social cognitive perspective is built on research, in learning, cognitive psychology, social psychology, rather than on clinical impressions. If we were looking at a scientifically based viewpoint of personality, this is where we're going. We're going social cognitive. So psychologists can study beliefs of self-efficacy by comparing subjects who are low in self-efficacy in a given situation with subjects who are high in self-efficacy. So you can study this. You can study reactions, behaviors, and how people feel, going into a certain task, and then how they feel afterwards. Research can be done. Some psychologists feel that the social cognitive approach to personality applies best to laboratory research. An argument can be made that clinical data rather than laboratory data may be more reflective of human personality, but this ignores unconscious influences, emotions, conflicts. Some psychologists argue that social cognitive theory focuses on very limited areas of personality. Learning, the effects of situations, and the effects of beliefs about the self. It doesn't necessarily look at the unconscious beliefs, unconscious desires and pushes that we have within ourselves that we don't even know. So that's the problem with social cognitive perspective. And we're done for today. Any questions? Okay. I'll post this video later. The quizzes are up. You can take the quizzes already for Chapter 11. I won't release the test until next Thursday for Unit 7. Don't worry about it for the last part of this grading period. You won't have that grade. It'll just be thrown on the next one. So if you complete all your work, and you did that test that we did together, you should have a really strong grade in my class to end this first 9 weeks of second semester. So, yeah. Oh, who just signed off without saying bye? The new rules are you must say bye in the chat, or you must wave on your little screen, or you must say bye with your voice. So if you're ready to do something like that, please say bye or whatever.
Hi.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'll see you later. Bye. See you later. Bye. Bye. Okay. Bye. Bye, Caleb. Bye, Nate. Bye, Allie. Oh, man. The question is Paxton or Maddage sleeping right now?
Paxton might be. That's the second.
I can't get off until they, oh, Paxton didn't say bye. And she got off.
Well,
Treason.
Maddage!
Dr. Gray down a few points or something, I don't know.
What's good, Coach?
What are you doing, dude? Wake up.
I'm bed.
Did you fall asleep?
On your bed.
I know, I was watching the game last night. I was watching it on Facebook. Maddage, are you there?
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm here. Just a lot of schoolwork.
Don't worry about my stuff, man. Just get it done.
No, I've been doing like your class and now my English class has been like decent. Like y'all have been like good with like the due dates and stuff. But then my pre-cap teacher was out for 2 weeks and apparently she assigned ingenuity assignments.
Oh,
And like she assigned like 17 of them and then has other work too. And then wants it all done by next week.
what?
Yeah.
All right.
So
Well, hey, focus on that. Don't worry about my stuff. Just guess on the quizzes, man. You can't even get less than a 50.
alright, Coach.
All right,
I'll
bud.
see you.
See you, man. Oh my gosh.